Hello Argonaut fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the Argonaut Weekly at GoArgos.com. After a busy week in Argonaut athletics, let's get right to it. First, with the UWF basketball teams. Brenton, this past week, the men's team went on the road facing Christian Brothers and Delta State. What can you tell us about their performance?
Starting over conference play the second time through the conference. A long road trip, and two tough losses for the team. They lost in regulation to Christian Brothers, a tough loss for the team, and then they went on the road to Delta State 2 days later and lost in overtime 72-70. Jamar Moore led the team, averaging a double-double in both those games, still continuing to stay hot this season. And West Florida's going to look to bounce back as they'll play some games this week at home.
The women's basketball team also facing Christian Brothers and Delta State on the road this past week. We'll talk with head coach Shannon Bergen here later on in the program. Now switching gears to the spring sports, which had their first week of action. And Brenton, you're on the road with the defending national champion baseball team. The Argonauts taking 2 out of 3 at Flagler. Give us a little bit of info about that series.
Yeah, West Florida opened up on the road at Flagler this weekend, dropped the first game 4-3, rallied back in the ninth, but came up just short, but then bounced back a 4-2 win on Saturday and then a big 7-3 win on Sunday. They'll be back in action next week, and they'll open at home against Rollins College, a doubleheader on Saturday and then a single game on Sunday.
We'll talk with head coach Mike Jeffcoat later on here in the program. Also, the UWF softball team opened play, hosting the regional crossover here in Pensacola. The Argonauts won 2 out of 4 on the weekend, and we'll talk with Coach Sear about that weekend. And then finally, the UWF women's tennis team opened the season. They picked up a victory at Florida Southern in a rematch of their match in the NCAA regional last year against Florida Southern. So we'll have all that plus highlights of the softball team's doubleheader win over Nova Southeastern coming up.